I'm not going to stand.
All right.
I'm not going to stand this time. Hey, so thanks for coming to the staff meeting. A lot of stuff has happened since the last staff meeting, and we do want to apologize that we haven't had as many staff meetings this year as we have had in previous years. We have just some challenges with the new venue, essentially just having not as limitless resources when it comes to like the parking validations and stuff, so that makes it harder for us to meet here, and therefore it's also very difficult to find other spaces that will work. We were lucky enough to get a library the first time, and then I tried to book another meeting in another library some time in the spring, and they were just full. So I apologize and appreciate you guys' patience, and thank you for using Skype to its fullest to continue to work with your leads and with your directors to try and move things forward. So even if it hasn't been so much in person as we would like, I really appreciate that. And so always know that if you need to get in touch with someone, use that staff directory. If you have a question and you need to move forward with something and you can't get a hold of someone, go to staff directory at our staff tools, staff.everfreenw.com, and look up the person you need to talk to, and they have a whole list of ways you can get in touch with them and the ways they prefer to be gotten in touch with. So use that to talk to who you need to do. So don't let our lack of meetings prevent you from moving forward with things you got to do. And Tails and I are always available to answer questions too and help direct to the person you need to speak to. If you just really don't know who to talk to, you can always come to us. Okay. So that being said, we're gonna just dig into the departments the way we normally do and let our directors who are here and or who want to speak talk about an update on things. So going in our normal order, design is first, and I'm also acting design director still, and probably will remain that way until the con. So I've gotten a lot of design stuff done. Our staff artists, who most of them are not local, so they're not here, but they have done so much for us, and their art is just awesome. And so, if you know any of these people in the community, like at the con, it'd be great if you could hug their necks and just high five them to say thanks very much for donating this awesome work to us. So I want to show off some pretty things to you guys. So we've got, I will save badges for you. The badges are done, but we'll wait for Reg so that Metboy can show them off. But we do have several other things. Sorry if that threw a wrench into things for you. Okay, so these are banners that are going to be outside of the rooms this year. So they're lumped all together, but basically each individual one is going to be on a big banner, like an X-stand banner, vinyl banner, outside of the rooms and or areas that they list there. So we got arts and crafts, autographs, charity auction, which that'll be outside the silent auction, and con store, electronic gaming, full room, info desk, main stage, MLP, CCG, equestrian customs and registration, tabletop gaming, and vendor hall. So hopefully that'll be a nice, good impression when you first come on in. What's up?
I see on some of them you've got scheduled, or that's just you're going to put a paper on the day schedule?
Yeah, so basically when I ordered them, that little white square that says Friday with the schedule on it, that's not there on the actual printed thing, so it'll just be green. But yeah, that's where basically for every room that has a schedule, we'll be printing 3 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper with Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then someone in the morning will have to just switch out the new day, and that way people can use these also to know what the schedule in that room is.
And we can use them again in more years.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be reusable. That was the whole idea.
You answered my question.
Great. The only thing is we did not print these for panel rooms. We are still going to display the schedules for those panel rooms outside the rooms somehow. We haven't exactly decided exactly how, but it's not going to be this way. Just because of the fact that like panel room doesn't look super fancy or exciting, so, and we haven't themed them and we don't know what we're going to do in future years, so we just decided not to do them for panel rooms. But for everything else, pretty much, it's got a banner that looks all pretty and sparkly and pony. Yay. Okay, so next. Oh, let's save those. Okay, So,
There we go.
okay, so we do have some merch in the works. This is the design that I have sent to My Little Ties, who is doing us some exclusive pins in exchange for his table in the vendor hall this year. So the gray here will be metal, and then the color will be like an enamel fill. So they're going to be little pins with Marina and our logo and name. Yay! So that's exciting. And we've got plushies. Plushies, yay!
Do we have a price point on those?
I don't know exactly, but they're priced to sell. I mean, I don't want to like quote too low, so let's say less than 50. They'll be less than 50. Probably a lot less than 50, but I don't know exactly how
Can I
much.
get my card now?
Yeah, and then we'll be selling them, you know, like all three of them with a discount and stuff too. So those are going to be available. They're 12 inches tall and wide. They're pretty square shaped except for Marina, but yeah. So those are prototypes. We don't have them in hand yet, but we're really excited. They're working on them right now. Yay! Okay. Then we have our staff shirt design. Last time I pinged the Skype chat with ideas for colors and decided on something different than all the ones that I had asked for opinions on, but I got a lot of good feedback. So hopefully you guys like this design, because this is probably, I mean, I haven't made the order yet, so it's potentially, it could change depending on like availability of shirt color and stuff, but this is what we've got. So feel free to give me feedback if there's something you don't like about it. Yeah.
You should probably make staff in our font or something, because it looks pretty Times New Roman.
Well, I want it to match the front. So, what do you mean by our font? In the font of the Everfree?
Well, yeah, like the Everfree Northwest is in our fonts.
Well, I mean, I try and reserve those fonts specifically for the logo. Those are our.
It's really Times New Roman. That's all.
Okay, I will explore. I mean, last night I spent like an hour looking at different fonts, and I was like, you know, I just still like the first one best. So, I mean, it's not set in stone. We can look at other fonts. If you have a specific font other than the ones in our name that you want to propose, I'd be happy to look at that. Yeah.
It looks much different than the front on the front.
Okay, so I mean, like, okay, it's the same font as the 2016 at the bottom, and I was kind of going for, well, it doesn't matter. But thanks for your feedback. That will make me maybe like look at it again. Yes.
That's front page on the front. Right?
Yes.
Some like gray color.
For the shirt, we want it to be visible. We want it to be visible, so we want it to be Pacific Northwest colors, and we want it to be visible to like attendees, so that you can see the sea of this color.
And this also follows our tradition of green staff shirts.
Yep, that too.
I have so much green.
I know. I did
I
did want to get away from the bright green, so that's why we're doing the mint green this year. Yes.
So I think the green is actually really good. I like that green.
Thank you.
Thinking about the logo on the back, it seems like that's really high up to the
Yeah,
knee.
I might want to put that
Yeah.
maybe
Like
below
that
the
below the
I think there's all, well, okay, that's
Yeah.
something I can consider. I mean,
That,
I mean,
Because
here
his
doesn't go
button-
down.
yeah.
that, and I feel that Everfree, especially the word Everfree, blends into both front page's tail and the logo we have on the front. That's
it's
my
actually her main.
her main, yeah. That's just my
Okay,
my
that's
one
fair.
my one complaint is it looks like
Yeah, it looks a lot darker here.
Yeah.
I may lighten her mane so that it doesn't do that.
It just looks like a Ver-free to me.
Ver-free.
Ver-free.
Okay, cool. Thanks for feedback. I will reevaluate some of this detail, but hopefully you like the overall concept.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully you recognize the concept, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
not
the-
lost on you guys.
The concept is good.
Okay, cool. All right, and I think that was it, other than
Yep.
badges, right? Okay. So I'm still working on the con book. We just finished our contest for the con book cover, and we've got 19 entries, I believe. And a handful of them that are really, really, really good, so it's gonna be hard to pick. If you are interested in judging the art contest, speak to me after this meeting, and we'll talk. So if you're interested. Yeah, so judging will be underway soon, and then we'll get it finalized, and then we'll announce them, and then convoc will happen, and it'll be great. Does anyone have any questions as far as design? Like if it's something printed that has some kind of design to it, printed material, any questions as far as that is concerned? Cool.
No question.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, moving.
There's a comment on Skype about the t-shirt about it being kind of bright on my phone.
Okay.
We lost it.
Maybe.
Opposite, bright for on stage.
Okay.
That was from Vision Watch.
It'll be bright for on stage.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well,
I
so
mean, what
generally, if on stage, we'll just have on stage hands wear dark
Yeah.
clothing,
Okay.
regardless of the staff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, because I know we've had bright shirts in previous years, so I figured probably we can work out just not wear a staff shirt when you're going to be on
actually
stage.
on stage.
Is it,
You do need
what was rated enough?
They do need what?
the bag. The bag seems to pass.
Yeah, right, which I did intentionally make dark for that reason, so yeah. So badges should be fine, but yeah. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, so.
I really like the style. I really like
Yay.
your t-shirt.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, so I think next would normally be events, but we're waiting on Curtis, who had an emergency with his freezer. Basically, it broke, and he's moving all of his frozen goods to a different freezer. And that takes some time, and it was sort of a, oh, I have to do this now kind of thing. So he's going to be late, so we'll come back to events. So the next is GR, I believe.
Thornwing wanted to go last
Oh, right.
because BabsCon
Thornwing.
is having a meeting
Right.
right now as well.
I forgot about that too. All right, so we're just breezing on through to HR. When guess who's not here?
Eric.
I don't see Ethereal, so.
He's dead, sick, I mean.
Aw, poor guy. Well, anyway, so he's ill. But if you have any, does anyone have any questions about HR that needs to be addressed? Okay, cool. Yes. I think the biggest thing for HR is just, we still need people. I would say at this point, our greatest need is InfoDesk. So I feel like maybe people have been avoiding InfoDesk because they're thinking, oh, I don't know enough about everything to be able to do this, to disseminate information to attendees. But really, you don't need to know much. The plan it was, and still is, to provide a pamphlet sort of thing along with the convoc. So the convoc will have most of the information that attendees need anyway. So you just need to be able to find the information in the convoc, familiarize yourself before the weekend, make sure you know where the answers to all those questions are. And then a couple of extra things that are going to be kind of behind the scenes sort of info that I can give you within probably 30 minutes of your time. So I'm happy to do that if someone's willing to take on the lead of InfoDesk and potentially staff it over the weekend. So that's probably our biggest area of need at the moment. So if you know anyone who's willing.
But I can't really do much besides move. After I get everything here, I can probably help.
That's great. Yeah, this is definitely an at-con position. So
And at con, I'm kind of
All right.
Great.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's something, if you're doing a lot of your work before the con and you want to do a little something at the con, that's definitely something. You can definitely do more than one position if you want to help with that. So
I can help.
send me a message on Skype so I don't forget, please. But yeah, if you have anyone in mind you're thinking of who's not here, who you're like, oh, they're so friendly and great with people, that's really all we really need. Someone who doesn't mind interacting with guests or attendees. And that's it. Yeah, someone who likes to help people, which hopefully is a lot of you guys. So, help. Yeah, so that's probably our biggest area of need. Does anyone else know of any major staffing holes other than that we have?
Productions, all just needs bodies as well.
Okay.
Is our big thing. Side panels, we're potentially losing at least one of ours to things, so we need somebody to fill that hole in.
Okay.
Front of house for the concerts.
Front of house is covered.
Front of house is covered. Okay,
And
cool.
2 people on the list for front of house that we're still sticking hard for front of house. I told HR to fix that, they still haven't fixed it.
But yeah, we're I meant stagehand, sorry. So just bodies for productions is always nice as well.
Okay.
pretty good on stagehands.
We're pretty good. Panel production needs at
Panel
least
still
one or two
needs-
more. But I think all departments are at the point they just need bodies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my appeal. If you know somebody who knows how to use a video camera that would be especially useful, because that's the one that will really is camera operators is where we're really hurting, I think.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, just bodies, and I think that's for all departments. So yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's my mix.
Okay, awesome. One more note about side panels for staffing them. One of the great things about that is that if you like to go to panels, you can just staff them and then listen.
You say I want to be. You tell Leighton over here, our side panel lead, or Joe, who's in Oregon. You tell them, hey, I really want to go to this panel, and especially if it's in one of these evergreen rooms, they'll just put you on staff for that panel.
Well,
Really
yeah,
nice.
as best as I am able, I will be reaching out before, when the schedule is released, I will be reaching out to all my staff saying, please tell me what you want to go to, and also if there's ones you prefer to avoid. And as best as able, I will do that.
Yeah. So it's kind of like attend the con and help us out at the same time. Yeah, so really, I don't know. That would be, if I wasn't chair and director and all those other things, that's what I would want to do.
If last year's attendees were anything, I accidentally picked up 3 attendees and had them helping at the warehouse for the morning of the first Tuesday morning. And I didn't realize until I had them in my car that they weren't.
Just come on in my car.
They were so nice. And I was like, hey, I was just standing there. I said, hey, I need help. Can you guys help me? They helped carry everything into my car. And I was like, we need to go to the warehouse and do this. Oh, okay. They got in the car.
Did their mothers never tell them about strange people?
I actually, once we got there, they were like, this is the Everfree warehouse. Can I take a picture in front of it? They get a whole bunch
Wow.
of selfies. And then they got them.
Yeah, this year.
We
This
gave
year.
them some swag. It was
That's
so funny
awesome.
because I got halfway through and I'm like, wait, you guys aren't staff? And they're like, no, we just came in early and we had nothing else to do, so this is great for us. And I was like,
wow.
I am so sorry. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I had like 5 people in my van can fit 7. I had 10 to 11 people
Yeah,
in my car.
great. And remember, if anyone ever says, oh, I'd love to go, but I don't have any money, be like, well, you can always volunteer. So, yeah, hopefully we can get those last little areas filled and have a nice, comfortable weekend for all, and not everyone trying to do 30 jobs at once. Yeah, so I think that's it for HR. Unless anyone has questions that you thought of? Yes.
Do we have photography?
Yeah.
Yes.
We do? I haven't checked the staff directory recently, so.
Okay, and up in Skype, Bolt is saying that we're going to be putting a PR push out for general staff tomorrow. That was planned for yesterday, but yesterday being April Fool's,
Right.
was probably not the best time to do it.
We have different stuff up on the webpage.
Uh-huh.
It was a beautiful webpage.
Yay. All right. Yeah, we have one right now, so we probably could use more. But yeah. Okay.
PR Bolt does want to call in now, so.
Oh,
whenever
okay.
it's
When we
time.
get there, we will do that. Okay. So next is IT.
Okay. Not too much going on in IT outside of registration, which Matt will talk about. If anyone missed the April Fool's website, you can still see it, everfreenw.com/April_Fools.
And there's a news post that has that link, so if you forget, it's on the website. But yeah, it was pretty great, and you can't hear the MIDI music, but it was also like super great.
You may not also
So
be able to see the sparkles coming from the mouse.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
I first saw it on my tablet. I didn't notice it was sparkle mousing.
Yeah, there we go. So we'll just leave that going for the rest of the meeting. Just kidding.
Hey, can we have that go on for the entire meeting, please?
So, now if Matt wants to talk about
Registration.
Yes. Registration, we need more bodies. I want to say again, you may have noticed that it said Equestria Customs and Registration. We free phone pony ears to anyone who wants one who's willing to work a registration shift. And thanks to the wonderful people at design, we now have badge art.
Yay!
So if you pull it up, and this is going to also be on the forums as a place where you can figure out what each badge means as a reference.
Those will be highly important for Royal Guard. So if you're a Royal Guard person, or if you're on stream Royal Guard, you will need to be familiar with these badges, but I'm sure that'll be part of your training, so.
The
Yep.
biggest difference is that staff and VIPs are the only ones who have the vertical badges. Everyone else has a wide badge.
That-
Can you zoom
That's
in on
actually kind
these?
of cool.
Clearly one of
Yeah, so-
Okay, everybody stand up, walk by it like you're in a city.
Are you able to? Okay. I mean, we can go through them kind of. So for anyone who.
I'll put those on
Serious
the
Go ahead.
forums right now.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the sparkly badges are for anyone who has an ability to skip lines. So you have fulls, which always get first priority. They're sparkly and rainbow. You have the skip line priority group 2, which comes after fulls and ADA. So ADA obviously also has behind the fulls front of line privileges. And then we have our hotel tier badges, the Tree of Friendship, Diamond Sapling, Gold, Silver. And then we have the magic badge that comes along with the Tree of Friendship. So if you guys weren't following that, like basically what the Tree of Friendship badge included 2 badges. So we sold 3, we have 6 people who are gonna have those badges. And then the rest of the hotel tiers had the option of adding a friendship badge. And that was sort of like if you have a friend or a spouse or someone you wanted to stand in line with you with your front of line access, that's what that was for. So if their badge is sparkly, they have every right to be in the front of the line. And we're not doing like ordered tiers, we're just having all of the sparkly badges in group 2 together mixed, okay? So if you guys
Tree of Friendship being the ultimate level does not mean that they go in front of friendship badge.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of whatever. Like, so if they feel
For
you know,
us
I have
managing
this-
lines, yes, they're all grouped together. We don't have
Right.
to prioritize.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're only going to be 6. So if a
Yeah, I
person
mean,
with
it's
one
not-
of those says, "I feel like I should get in," just okay, sure.
But we don't need to try and sort that priority
Exactly.
line
Please do
any
not-
more than 80
Right. We want it to be organic and
Easy.
whatever's easiest. Like if it's easiest to let the person get in the front and do it, then that's totally fine. There's only gonna be 6. But for everyone else, it's just you guys are all in one group, So,
The special
Yeah, and
access
then-
badges.
sponsor and patron too. I just wanted to point out too. They're not hotel tiers, but they're equal to all the hotel tiers as well.
They're line skip tiers.
Yes, line skip tiers. Okay, the next one is, as I put it, badges that may need special access to certain areas for reasons. So if you are a community guest, a musician, press, representing press or vendor, then you need to get into specific places for specific reasons, and you have a blue badge. So, and then you have the standard badge type. So if you're just a normal, regular attendee, you're either going to have a 3-day or a single day. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we have staff. Let's get a staff badge. The way over there on the right is the staff badge. It's going to be the only paper insert badge that is vertically oriented. So you guys get special, unique badges, and it'll be pink. And then vertical orientation plastic card badge types. So this is basically for our VIPs and directors and Chair Big Kyle Money Horse. So this was something Thornring wanted to do. We appreciate his donation. Thank you. They look awesome. And when he speaks, I know that he has them like already printed and arrived at his house. So he will be showing us those. And then we have badge enhancers. These will go behind the badge. So we have if you are a staffer like that on the left here, that's part of why we did this vertical orientation for staff, so that the enhancement that hangs behind the badge will look nice. So it's kind of the same concept as like sticking a ribbon on the bottom of your badge, but it'll be a nice plastic card. So we have VIP liaison, green room access, and backstage access. VIP liaison means you have permission to go wherever with your guests. Like, so if your guest needs to go backstage, VIP liaison badge gets them backstage with their guest. But if their guest's not with them, then it does not work that way. Green room access is for green room staff, people who need to be in the green room, and that's another thing too, that VIP liaison, you can be in the green room if your VIP is there. Same thing. And then backstage access for our stagehands and operations. People who need them, yeah, those are for.
And I will be judiciously applying these rules this year. If I see you're backstage with the VIP liaison and your VIP is not on stage or backstage with you, I will be pushing you out of backstage.
Yeah.
I will be, we've run into issues in the past where backstage has become a hangout area. So this year, definitely, we're going to be very judicious about how we're allowing access to backstage, because backstage is also set up quite differently than previous years.
Yep.
We can't let that area get crowded.
Exactly.
Yep, and one more thing about these enhancers is they are definitely not transferable. If you have a friend who wants to go in the green room and you are a green room staffer, please do not give them your enhancer so they can get in. You know, there's a reason we have these, and we want to keep things solely,
And there is
orderly.
a reason why these enhancers will have name labels on them.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say, is we're,
Make it that much harder to transfer.
yeah, we're gonna put a badge label on it when you pick them up, so that this is yours and yours only, and if we find out that someone has done it and their name's badge doesn't match or whatever, that will be not good for you, so please don't do that. Yeah, but I mean, you guys are cool, so I'm sure that's not gonna happen, but I feel it's important to say, so, yes, Peggy.
What about cosplayers who are going to be cosplaying during the opening ceremony?
The theater troupe?
There will be limited backstage access to those who need it for a short time. Theater troupe would be one. Guests who are going to be like if it's a VIP panel and
Like all
somebody
the
is
panels,
the
panels
moderator.
on stage may not have it, but they have a panel, so it's
Yeah.
just like, I'm the host. Backstage is like anytime you need.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just asking because like the two young kids who are going to be cosplaying will be regular fulls.
Sure.
They're not going to get.
Yeah, no, so like, operations, our standard is, if you need to be back there for a short time, go ahead. So theater troupe, you're gonna have people backstage waiting around for their turn to go on stage, do their bit, come back, and then when the theater troupe is done with their bit, they'll get moved out. For panels, you're gonna have your VIP panelists and then a moderator of some sort. The moderator is gonna be allowed to be back there. We'll have a list of who all's doing what, and it'll be fine. We're going to be judicious about who gets left back there, but the thing is, we will know who is allowed back there at times. So it's not gonna be an issue, or
Right.
shouldn't be.
I'll have a question for you.
If it becomes an issue, come talk to me and I'll fix it.
Yeah, but I mean, for every panel, there's going to be people who need to be there for that panel,
No,
and
I
so
know,
that,
yeah.
Yep.
so,
It's just more for like the two young kids. I know one of them, their parents is going to be on stage.
Okay.
In the Foles room, and I was like, should I be there to transfer her off, or should I, things like that. I don't wanna-
yeah, I think it's,
I have a 12-year-old who can great on stage, but shy as hell.
okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Ask questions.
So yeah, let's email whatever, discuss this. This is something we can figure out.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's fine. If she's back there and she's comfortable.
Mhm. So back to you, Met Boy. Sorry if I kind of took over there on like the access things. But anyway.
Yeah, but let me go back to my notes. Last thing is I'm going to need some people willing to help test the interface, to help me test my ability to teach people to use the ad printing interface and work out a customer service script. Because I personally find it helps a lot if I've got a script to deal with strange people.
Fair enough. Yeah, I on that note of just customer service in general, I'll probably touch on this again at the next meeting. The next meeting is going to be really focused toward essentially staff training. And so, but one of the biggest things to communicate, like for if you're a lead or a director and you have staff under you who are going to be interacting with our attendees, make sure that they understand, you know, what basic customer service sort of principles. You know, we are ambassadors and we want people to feel safe and welcome.
And question over yonder?
Yeah.
You've already said it, I apologize, but did you ever find a solution for being able to, at registration time, tie a full and hopefully their badge to their parent regarding contact information?
Yes. What we are going to do is we are going to create a badge information database that any staff member can essentially look up a badge number. For full badges, this will include their parent guardian. For the parent guardian, it will include links to the fulls.
Okay.
When you say staff, you mean just registration staff?
Any staff.
Is there like a link or something?
What we're basically going to do is have it behind the same staff wall as the forums and Project Dash.
Yeah, in other words, it'll be on the staff site.
Yeah.
There will be a link. There'll be like,
So
look up a
you-
badge here.
If you've got a phone, you should be able to do it, smartphone.
But you will have to log in.
Yeah.
To the staff site, yeah, so if you have previously kind of ignored the staff site, it might be something you need to like at least know how to get into for the weekend of. Everyone who's on staff should be able to get into the staff site and look at the staff tools, because those are definitely something we're gonna need to use.
Is there any privacy concerns with giving every staff access to information about fulls?
What's better than printing it on the badge?
Well, that's
step
true.
up.
I mean, I'm more worried about legal implications than like I'm worried there's, you know, we're gonna get
You need, I'm gonna push for the badge numbers to be 6 digits quasi-random, so you wouldn't be able to look up a person's badge unless you knew the number.
Yeah,
You
so,
wouldn't be able to just look up all the folks.
yeah, it's not like a list of names.
Alright.
You know, it's more like, here, put in this number and then retrieve the information about this badge.
We're going to
that kind
go
of thing.
for the, let's not lose anybody and
Right, let's not use this at all, please.
we have a goal of 0 lost children.
Right.
Did we lose any last year?
Not that I know of, but it's always good to have that
You might
a plan in
want a
place.
storage unit.
We're still not sure.
Didn't see any reason.
So yeah, so on the customer service note, I just wanted to point out, like, you know, try and think like your customer is always right, and try not to use the words "I don't know." Try to say, "Let me see if I can find out for you," or "Let me take you to where, you know, someone that does know the answer is," and, you know, we have the info desk. So even if all you say is, "You know what, that's a great question, go to the info desk, I'm sure they'll be able to help you, here's where it is on your
Call over
conduct."
my supervisor. I am
Sure.
going to be there during most of the registration shifts, specifically so people can call on me if they've got a problem they can't hear.
Right.
Escalate your problems.
Yep, please. We want to look competent and knowledgeable, and so even if you're not, fake it.
Shall take acting classes.
Did you have another question, Curtis? You went like this for a sec, so I just...
No.
Okay,
I'm,
sorry.
I'm thinking about 3 other things that have nothing to do with this.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to say about Reg?
Not at the moment.
Great, okay.
I do have a question though.
Yes.
Are we still using Jack's same system that he had set up for last year?
Yes, we are
With
making a few
improvements.
modifications so that we can print the type of badge on the badge label, but that
Okay, but it'll still be web-based and stuff?
yes, there it's web-based,
Okay.
just a few modifications.
Yeah, because I'm still working on that, the Linux build, and then also I have to go and inventory all the laptops and make sure we got matching
It'll still be
power
web-based.
supplies. So, okay. Cool. Good to know.
Great.
I was excited to do it.
Okay. Any other questions about IT stuff or Reg stuff? Okay. Operations is next. So I know BPen, you've already done some talking, but it's your turn.
It's my turn. Yay. Operations, we're doing things. We're getting ourselves, we're beginning to get final quotes in for various components of the con, including main main stage, lights, drapes, whatnot. Landon, can you hit on that in a moment? What you do and do not
I
know?
got the production stuff and then you can go on what's going on.
Yeah, I was just gonna do a quick overview and then go ahead and do what you need. Just kind of so everybody is on the same page when it comes down to it. Productions is kitting out 3 rooms. We're going to be main stage like we always do. This evergreen room with the door wall open, that evergreen room with the wall open, then we're going to be providing a minimal amount of equipment for the is it the cascade?
For a cascade
For
room.
a cascade, so that if a room needs a projector and a pair of speakers to plug into a laptop, they have them. But we're not going to be putting full kits in every single room. We just don't have the budget for that.
Right.
That's kind of where it is. The other thing is we do have a need for all hands on deck on, if possible, on Friday evening. Just because we are having the Berry 2 party is being held in the Evergreen rooms here, and we'll just need people to help us move equipment out of the way so that can happen. And then again, Saturday morning, if possible, if you're available, just help us put it back up. It's not compulsory, but it would be nice if you would help us.
Yeah, great.
And it won't be full teardown setup for a long time. It's going to be a short, we've already torn down the room Friday night. We have a bunch of big stuff that needs to move from here, downstairs, across the way, and then back Saturday morning, same thing. It's just going to move all of the big heavy stuff up here, and then productions will actually do
Yes,
this.
and note that we will have carts to move the big heavy stuff, so we're not talking about lugging, hundreds of pounds by hand upstairs or anything crazy like that. We're just talking about, okay, lift it from here onto the cart, and then roll the cart upstairs, and then lift it and move it to the corner or whatever.
Yep.
So should be pretty minimal, but we are gonna need some hands to help out with that. Okay.
Landon, go ahead and do what we can. You do what you need to.
So we're close to finalizing the last code for PNTA, our video drape company. After that, we should get it finalized by next week, and then we should be able to decide on which codes we're gonna go with. And then a bit of a question: one of the companies, if we go with them, we would have to put the subs and speakers over the speakers equipment on corner of the stage. I don't know how much weight each of those stage decks can handle.
Does anybody here know?
Well, not no, but hotels.
I think that's a question for hotel.
Something past the hotel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we've got several questions for you when we have break.
Probably.
Okay. Anything else, you landed? Okay.
Besides what's on,
Besides what's on our list?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Layton, you have anything to add?
Not particularly. If possible, do you know if that room, the Evergreen 3 and 4, will be available after this meeting to actually measure? Do you know if there's anything scheduled?
Yeah, I don't think we know that. Yeah.
Okay, we'll check if we can.
Yeah.
Okay. And Vidge, do you still want to call in? We'll give them a couple seconds to answer that because we are on a lag. While we're waiting for Vidge to answer that, does anybody have anything that they need to ask operations at the moment? Selena, I saw your hand a moment ago. Yes.
So we talked about the 6 p.m. 7 p.m. thing. Hotels here.
Yes, the question there is, as far as the Berry 2 party goes, when we had our first discussion about this, it was brought up that there was a 6 p.m. deadline for another department, I don't remember which one, that needed to have both rooms starting to shut down. Do you know how long the hotel needs to convert the room from panel setup to party setup?
I don't know specifically, they usually request about 1 full hour.
Okay, so 1 full hour, okay. So as far as I am aware from all departments, if any other departments have a reason why not, Productions is fine with doing a 6 and 7 breakdown time for the Berry 2 party starting at 8.
So then the move time
The
for
move
like
time will
is
be
7,
around
pretty much.
7:45-ish.
Okay.
So right before, 20 minutes before the party is when we need a bunch of stuff.
Okay, cool. All right. How about logistics? How's logistics doing?
Logistics is doing pretty decent. Do you have anything to add on? And Vidge says everything is covered. so far, so he doesn't need to call in. Evan, do you have anything to add? We do have I do know we have questions for other departments about radiation and whatnot. But is there anything that you need to just add to the conversation at the moment?
So, we do have a storage facility visit planned possibly tomorrow, just to make sure the inventory is all up to date and that all the requests we've had so far have all the supplies that they need for that.
Okay, cool. So I guess if anybody needs to know about anything about what they have in the storage, just to make sure everything is up to date, let them know.
Great.
So anything else? Questions for productions or operations? Excuse me.
Great.
Okay, in that case, let's move on to the next department.
Okay, next is PR, and I know Bolt said he wants
do you want to do events now that Curtis is here?
Well, we could. Sure. Let's do events. We're going back to events.
No funny mention. Sorry I was late. As I was leaving, there was a puddle of water in front of my freezer, and it was had to deal with that failure. Anyway, save the food. So basically, I'll give a quick update on what I'm doing, and I'll pass it off to Celine. The big picture is scheduling is coming together right now, as in this weekend, as in working on how this morning. What's going on into that is, kind of communication with the panels, making sure, hey, you still want to do the panel, you submitted 3 months ago. Also making sure that they all, can make use of the AV equipment that we have, which also goes to the room allocation, trying to figure out, what has to go in Evergreen, what can go into a Cascade, because in general, the Evergreen rooms with the AV support is the competitive space, whereas we're a bit slack on stuff in Cascades. We're also trying to find spaces to put a few Bonegathon events, and then just generally looking through the schedule, like various different nodes, so we look at it like, I can't, be opposite the concert because I work with music, or I have to be up to the vendor hall because I've got that stuff. So basically just kind of going through and kind of, bug fixing the schedule that way. Then the goal is to get finalized approvals and rejections from all applicants out this weekend. And then following that, I'll have a kind of a preliminary schedule. I'll let people ops and GR take a look at it to see if they see any issues or bugs with the schedule that need to be addressed. Going into next weekend, where the goal is to finalize the schedule and get the conflict descriptions written up, which also involves communicating with the panelists to get some of them very scant descriptions. Then getting that off to Bonnie so she can put it in the conflict and get that to press. Other stuff that's going on, updates on Foles/crafts. So,
Whoa, sorry. My bad. I thought I had that muted.
Basically I've been meeting with Esther and talking with Esther a lot, as well as Kenneth. Esther is the leader of is the Foles League, and she's got just a large group of stuff that she want to do. In fact, we actually did pare it back a little, but some example stuff going on in Foles Room. We got like sock puppet theater. There's going to be a balloon artist there. We're doing like a party from Arena that's going to involve the theater troupe. She also got some materials so kids can make felt cutie marks and also see little ears and horns, which is going to be timed. There's actually going to be a children's cosplay parade, and then there's going to be some games. So I know like where we had like a ring toss and storage. So all that stuff's going on. Also, a bit of this is going to be bleeding over into crafts room, because the crafts room is coming together with a bit less kind of a robust set of scheduled events. So I'm going to be moving and the Foles room is almost overflowing, so I'm moving some stuff into crafts. Specifically, she's got like some Periscribe crafting stuff she has to do. Also, the sock puppet creation will probably be in the crafts room, which is right across the hall. The sock puppet theater will be in the Foles room. So that's kind of stuff that we're working on, and I'm actually going to I'll talk with you two offline to kind of get you up to speed on that. Other thing I've been carrying on theater, as in the theater troupe. We've got all parts cast. Yay. And the scripts are done. And I've got those in Benjamin's hand. In fact, I've got about an hour block scheduled with him on Tuesday. It's coming Tuesday. Basically, do a read through to kind of make sure that our minds are in the same place, where he understands what I'm doing with the script, and but I'm still going to get him freedom if he wants to change it up. That's his deal. I just want to make sure he understands what kind of mind to begin with. And because I'm not really a professional playwright and may not know how to write all the proper directions. He'll also be starting rehearsals soon, and also figuring out how to pull a couple theater troupe actors to do the cosplays for the Letters to the Princess panel. That's the stuff that I've been working on, and I know Celine's been working on other stuff as the other half of the event, so I'll pass it off to her to let her give her update.
So the PMV contest is under judging. We should have final judgments on that by April 15th. Scribble Fest has finalized their judging. The main departments that we need staff for are electronic gaming and charity. And as charity, so we're gonna have donation boxes again this year, but they're gonna have a different theme. They'll be Main 6 themed, but each box will have their own theme. Like there is a birthday party donation group that one of our charity leads has found, so that we can keep guys. We have the Seattle Humane Society involved. That'll be Fluttershy's, etc. So then we also have electronic gaming is looking for consoles or games. So if you guys have something you want to donate, bring those or let us know. Email events at. We also have boxes for the Canner Box for the Falls Room. So if you guys have any, you moved recently or something like that, and you have extra boxes, we can use those.
You just order everything off Amazon.
Yeah.
If we need boxes, then we'll go else.
Yeah, and they're not only just large boxes, all sizes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
There is whatever size.
Big ones are good.
Yeah, the idea is that we make like the towers with the big ones and the little ones make up.
I can put a 300 horsepower motor in one. So, I mean, that's.
If we can lose a child in a box, awesome.
We got those boxes. I got those boxes.
Bring us your boxes.
We all sign, because the point is to be able to actually build like what kind of castle out of it. So yeah, so if you order crap on Amazon, those are the type to save those boxes. He's got some gigantic boxes for all sizes. So yeah, it's a good time to start saving random boxes.
Yep. And so bring those boxes to the next meeting.
Yes.
The last thing I had, so that I don't know how much of you guys are into the card game, but it falls actually on a weekend that's prime for pre-release. It's not confirmed, but it's very possible.
Is that a good thing?
Well, it's really
Sounds good.
popular.
Yay! Well, I just didn't know what that means.
Interplay has been in actually really good communication with our CCG leads, so
Great.
we have a lot of support from them.
Awesome.
Probably get another stamp card, but it's not promised. I mean, we have our own aluminum stamp cards. So we don't even need an Interplay. And that's all I got.
Okay. Thanks so much for all your work. I mean, really, let's do like a round of applause for events. We're definitely. I mean, off of it. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to totally single out everyone else, or exclude. I mean, because we've all been working super hard. I know Ops is working super hard. Thank you guys too. I just know maybe I'm just more involved with Ops, with with events, but they've been busting their butt to get this stuff done, because that is the con, and they're working really hard, and they've got the most staff of any department. So thank you guys for your help. Yes.
I have a sub-event question.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to know what the answer is. Are we going to go to Children's Hospital as a sub-event?
Oh, let's talk
If the
about
answer
that.
is yes, I'd like to help. If the answer is no, that's good too. But I couldn't find anything out.
Let's talk about that.
The theater troupe is
Tails.
Yeah, we are taking the theater troupe. They actually have really strict guidelines and they limit it to like 5 people. So
Okay. The answer is you guys have a good time.
we do, yeah, I know. We'd like to take like a whole bunch of cosplayers and stuff, because I know Star's really cool, but
That's okay.
yeah.
It's limited. Sorry, but we do need help making ears, don't we?
That's actually a meetup.
Yeah, we have a meetup for we're gonna make ears taped to the kids in the hospital, like headband ears, much like registrations that we wearing.
Yep.
We're gonna make them and take like a bunch for the kids, and they're really colorful, like pony colors and stuff. So we're gonna take them and just pass them out so they can have a little memento.
So if you'd like to help, that's the best way to do it, just because of the fact that we can't bring everybody.
2 weeks.
Great.
Is it on the sub-events page then?
It's on Meetup.
Meetup.com.
Meetup.com.
Yep.
Meetup.com, Google Meetup Seattle Bronies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great. Any other questions about any sub-events, sections like electronic gaming, tabletop, anything you guys have questions about? No? Great. Yes.
Curtis, where do you guys do the rehearsals
Rehearsals for
for the show?
Theater troupe?
I don't know, that's up to Benjamin. Do you have someone that's involved with that?
I have a lead on something very affordable.
I should talk to you then, because that was something I actually am not sure how he had.
Actually, Ben had us doing,
Yeah, I think there's Skype
he
stuff.
was gonna be doing it through Skype.
Okay, I didn't know if you
But-
physically needed to get it.
But I still like to talk to you, because at least present that to him as an option.
Yeah, I think it's more of right now for learning their lines, they were gonna just try and use Skype, but I think we need to have a place where.
When you get to walk in, you need to walk it through, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'll
that's fine.
sync up after.
Okay, anything else?
I hate it.
Questions? Great.
Alright,
So now we go to PR, right?
Okay, so now let me actually
So-
reestablish the call.
Oops, did it fall down?
Oh, that's what's going on. That is still background.
Darn you.
That was
Alright.
great, by the way.
Bolt, try speaking.
Hello?
Hey, forgot ya.
Hey, is it my turn?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Hi everyone. So just a very quick update from the PR side of things. We are also looking for people to join our team, mostly in the areas of staff photographer and photography lead. We have had one staff photographer apply so far, so if you know of anyone who might be interested, feel free to send them our way. We are going to do a general volunteer announcement that was originally scheduled today, but we didn't want it to look like, oh yes, we're looking for volunteers, for Northwest. Oh, hey, it's April Fool's Day. Yeah, so that got pushed till tomorrow. There'll be a general all-around announcement. This week is pretty much the only week that we have stuff going out. Room rate announcement tomorrow. Another community guest announcement on Tuesday, and charity donation announcement on Saturday, plus a throwback Thursday for every Thursday until the end of the convention. So if you have anything else that you want announced, go ahead and submit it online. And that is, I think that's it.
Great.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Oh yeah, any questions?
Bolt, this is Curtis. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, staff photographer. So, talking with Esther, who's the Foles lead, she had somebody, I believe, that could do staff photography. So I'm going to try and get you two talking to see if that works. And if I don't hear the next couple days, bug me about it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Esther responds well to email, so you can go on the staff directory and get her email. It's Esther Chilcutt under Foles Lead, and you should be able to send her
Text
email.
is actually the way to get a hold of Esther.
Oh, text? Okay, well, she had said email, but I guess text.
The
Okay.
reality is SMS text is the way to get a hold of her.
Okay, so text Esther. Is her phone number on there, hopefully?
Yeah, like I said, I'll talk to Bolt.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
I believe her phone
We'll get in
number.
touch.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds good.
One more thing I just want to say while you're here, because you said submit online. So on our staff tools, there is a button that says PR calendar. So if you have something you want to go out on our social media, click that and fill out the information. It'll go straight to PR team and they can work out the announcement for us. Yeah, and there's a place to attach art if you have something you want to, like a picture to go out with it or something.
Yeah. And I'll admit too, just kind of as an aside, I got a little excited when I saw the badges and my name was there.
Yep,
That was
you were the most alphabetical, like beginning of the alphabet, name for our directors, so that's why you got the honor.
That's cool. I'll take it.
Okay, thanks very much for calling in. Anyone have any questions for Bolt? Anyone else, or for PR? Okay.
And
Thanks again.
Wait, you said?
I will be there at the 30th, the April 30th meeting, so I'll be there.
Hey.
So
We
looking forward to that.
look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, look forward to meeting you all.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next is Rogard. Is Sol here? I know I pinged Director Chat, but I haven't checked it since we began. Or is Vincent here? Or anyone who wants to call in for Rogard? Oh, Vincent's at work. Okay. Sol has been available in the past, but I guess he's not here. Okay. Is anyone here from Royal Guard or who's volunteering for Royal Guard? Okay. Are you volunteering for Royal Guard?
No,
Okay.
I'm not, sorry.
Okay.
No worries. I just wanted to ask, like, if anyone was here, so that we could touch base, like, if you had any questions about Rogard or anything, but it looks like no one's really here anyway, so, yeah. But as far as I have been able to see, things are moving forward with Rogard. I know Sol and Vincent are working together closely, and they've been working on staff training for the guard and everything, so hopefully that's good. If you guys have any needs, like for security, that you want to touch base with them about, that would be important to do sooner rather than later. Let them know what they what they need from you, because they pretty much twiddle their thumbs most of the year, and then right before the con they start making their schedule and everything. So that's what they need to do. Yeah. All right. So that's our almost last. Last is GR with Scott. So we'll call him. Did you have a question?
I just have another
I think Celine wanted to give an update on music.
Pony Stock's finalized.
Yay.
We're working on releasing the announcement for it on the website. It's been released weekly on Music Mondays. And then we have the Renegades stage, which I think Ops has a little bit of description about. That we kind of briefly talked about, but it just means it should be announced in some form.
Okay, yeah, I'll just land it on it.
So are we splitting up like concert bands into one night and DJs into another, or how's that going to work for that?
I believe since we have a Krieger concert on Saturday, it's going to be more pony-based music on Saturday, from what I believe. Don't quote me. And then Friday's going to be more of like
Boots and cats is how.
electronica kind of things. DJs.
Yes.
Bands one night, DJs the next.
I'm not sure which one it is, but it is gonna be themed again, kind of more electronica, more pony-based.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
From what Big Kids said. Mm-hmm.
Okay, on Renegade Stage. Renegade Stage is, the idea is we will have a small corner of the courtyard out here, the internal courtyard that's between the main stage and the vendor hall. Portion of that will be set aside. People can come in and have basically a jam area that if they bring in equipment, if they bring in a guitar, if they whatever, and they can jam for a while. It's going to be kind of day of, first come, first serve, sign up type thing. We're not going to try and get it scheduled beforehand because that defeats the purpose. This is going to be mostly for, people who have sets and pony stock, I guess, could, but it's going to be like a local guy who doesn't necessarily want to do pony stock but has a guitar and can sing and whatever, or something like that. So that's going to be happening down in there. We're going to be providing a cover, hopefully. I have a green pop-up tent, but every time I go to pull it out to check to make sure that it's still fully functioning, it's raining and I don't want to get it moldy.
On that note, please don't do that, because we talked to hotel, and I meant to get back to you, and I apologize. I just had so many things. The hotel was like, we think we have something like that. Let's just use ours.
Okay, that
so
sounds good.
yeah, so that hotel tent for Renegade Stage is a thing that needs to be on BEO's.
I am totally okay with this. It means that I don't have to figure out how to drag it from Federal Way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thanks for being willing to, but we don't need it.
Yes, so that's kind of what Renegade Stage is, and because I'm already talking, Vigilant does have one thing that he wants me to make sure everybody knows, and if you have stuff for operations, get it to us in the email. Equipment, if you need it, send it to logistics. We've got some emails in, and we're going to be talking to people here in just a minute after that break or whatever. If you need AV things, email productions at. If you need video things, email video at, so that everybody gets what the appropriate things. If we don't get an email, it never happened because of insurance and that. We need emails of like lists and whatnot. So if we don't have it in an email, traceable writing, it doesn't matter if it was on Skype, it never happened.
Even main stage, which will have video, please, if you have a panel that needs a special thing, like I'm hooking up my laptop that will have this input, please get that information. Oh, are we doing a Skype call? Are we doing X? I don't know what we're doing. If there's anything that's using video stuff, please email video@, with the information about that event.
Yeah, if it's something that's if it's a special request of any sort at all, please make sure that it gets to the appropriate email. If you can't figure out if you know that operations needs to see it and you don't know what portion of operations, send it to operations and we'll forward it to the correct lead. We'll be fine. Celine, do you have a question? Okay, yes.
I'm not gonna remember all the different things.
If nothing else, email to operations out, we'll forward it to the correct lead. Vidge and I are pretty good about keeping our emails cleared out. So yeah, so that was just something you wanted me to add in, and I was already talking, so I did.
Great.
Cool.
So we're ready for a call?
Ready for call, I think. Anyone have questions about music? Cool. You guys have friends who are musicians and aren't performing at Pony's Talk, or even are. Let them know it's going to be a thing. Bring a guitar. Or whatever you want to do.
Alright, so we are now live.
Yay.
Good.
Hi, you're
Hey.
really quiet.
Hello.
There we go.
Better now.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just speak loudly. I know
So
you have it
I
in
tried to
your...
catch up with the stream, but I've been involved in a couple different com meetings today, so hi, I'm here. I saw you guys went over some of the badge stuff earlier.
Yep.
Wanted to give some just fun little note to people that helped out with the badges. Appreciate all the work that went into these, but they've turned out incredibly nice, cool, pretty, fun. They're awesome. But things like Camille Larson.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
This
part of his...
lovely Sharpie pen in hand.
Yeah, this Sharpie taped to his hoof, if you couldn't tell. That's actually was part of the announcement art. So we repurposed Hollowloo's announcement art for the VIP badges.
So these are some pretty awesome VIP pieces. Very nice for character work and identification of who they are on the show, and should help a lot with identification for kids especially. So I want to give props to all the people that put some hard work into getting the badges done. Thank you guys. For the directors, we do have specific badges for each senior director or director of each department. We also have they'll all look the same. They all have the same image on them, except for our lovely money horse, which is awesome, by the way. So basically, the run of it goes that directors have access anywhere they need to go for whatever business they need to handle. So those badges designate those people who have that privilege. For anybody else in staff that needs specific access, special privilege access, we'll have the enhancement badges that will hang down behind the regular staff badge. So just for example, your staff badge is 1 inch smaller than these enhancements hanging down behind. So it will tell you exactly what the person has access to, especially. There's only 3 of them for liaisons, for green room, and for backstage. You guys went over exactly who's getting those before and what they go down. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know.
We have a question in the room.
Does that 1 inch thing apply as well for director badges? Because like operations directors, I mean, obviously we have backstage, but whatever. But does that will we be getting the backstage thing as well?
For a director badge, this is your all access pass to anything you need.
Sounds good to me. I was just wondering.
The only thing I want to add to that is just don't abuse it. Yeah,
Yes,
like
please.
don't hang out in the green room with all the VIPs because I'm the director and I can. You know,
I will kick you out of that green room.
Right.
So I think that goes for every special access. It's there for people that need to do their job, and I've given permission to do that. So make sure that you use it wisely. Our green room is not like some sprawling mega theater that we can fit everybody in the convention inside there. We do have a lot of VIPs. They will have a lot of entourage type guests with them. So be aware of that. There's not going to be a whole lot of space for people to just hang out and chill or whatever in places like backstage and green room. So if you're there, you need to be there for a reason.
Yep.
And the room is not necessarily for us, it's for the guests and for the production staff to do their jobs and take care of what they need to and be ready for the convention.
So we trust that anybody with a special access badge will take care of it, that they will use it appropriately, and if they don't, then we will take it away. There are some other special badges you kind of saw as well for our special agents, VIP agents. We will have a number of VIP agents, the actual people that manage the business for our VIPs on site at the convention. This is not a normal thing technically, and it's not normal that there's more than one or two at any convention like this. This year, we will have potentially up to 4 different VIP agents on site with their guests. So we need to be on extra special behavior to make sure that we're putting out an image that this is a professional run show and we're not just screwing around with their talent, right? Mm-hmm. So just take special note of if you run into one of the agents, smile happy, good on behavior, we're not supposed to be messing around in front of them.
Show them the agent badge, if you don't mind.
So, the VIP agents, they're the gold badges. They'll look similar to the VIP badges, but also the entourage badges, it's the same thing, just different text on them. These are the VIPs, invited guests and family, that are coming with them to the con. So treat them as though they were VIPs.
Yeah, and the agents too. Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like husbands, wives,
respectful.
family, friends, whatever. They are VIPs in every sense with that badge. And that's the only badge that they'll have. It's just that one badge.
Can you blow up that badge again?
Sure.
These badges are going to be on the forums.
Yeah, if you need to refer to the badge designs later, they'll be on the forums and they have all of them listed. But keep in mind, if it's got like this special vertical plastic gold pony on it, then watch your behavior. Make sure that people around are behaving. If you see anything, be like, oh, you guys, that's a VIP agent there.
So basically, they get treated just like VIPs. They can go anywhere, do anything, within a safe and reasonable restriction.
Right.
They'll probably be hanging around the VIPs for the most part. They might be hanging out backstage while the VIP's doing an event. They might be in the green rooms. They might be in the autograph rooms. Yeah. They might just be traveling around the con looking at stuff. Sometimes they go to the vendor hall on their own. So these people will not necessarily have liaisons following them around. So they can be on their own. Just be aware that they are there and that they're participating in the convention with their VIP partner, guest, whatever. So yeah, just be aware of that and cautious of behavior around them.
Great.
We want to be good, friendly, and fun with them, but no roughhousing, no crazy talk.
Really, that should go.
Professional.
That should go for always.
Yeah.
The whole weekend.
Especially with the people that impact our convention running year to year as well.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I've been working a lot with the events team, with scheduling a lot of different schedules. VIPs, community guests, musicians, all alike. They have a lot of stuff going on in the convention. I was recently comparing it to last year's event schedule, and I think we have a wonderful list of events this year. Big upgrade, lots of fun things going on. The goal, I think, going into this that I had was to have so many things that were so awesome and cool for people to have to choose from that it would be hard for people to choose what events they want to actually go participate in. So I think we're well on our way to making that a reality. We've got a lot of fun things scheduled. We do have a few events that we're going to have to restrict recording for. So no pictures, no audio, no video recording happening during these particular panels. They will mainly be the VIP panels on the main stage. But there's some fun events that we have planned, and they need to be restricted to at-con viewing only, and no posting on the internet, no sharing beyond the confines of the actual convention.
Also, that applies
so
to
just
the
be aware of
Princess
that.
panel.
Okay.
We'll be making announcements for those events, and they'll be posted in the con book, so hopefully so that people are aware of that. But that's a stipulation we have with some of these events. To be able to hold them, we cannot record them. We'll publish them.
Yes.
Let anybody else do that.
Will we have staff during those specific events to enforce that? Some folks need reminders with their phones.
Yes, they do, and we'll need some help and support from Royal Guard and event staff potentially to help enforce that, or just encourage people to put away their phones if they're threatened to have them out, or be escorted from the premises if they can't follow those rules, because it is a fairly strict and
Also
finite
signs about no recording.
restriction that we have.
Yeah, signs, okay. Hey.
We are getting prepared, last little bits to get ready for announcing our VIP ticketed events. So look out for those in the next week or so to be posted on the website. We'll be starting to sell tickets for those specific events. Every one of our VIPs practically has a participation in some ticketed events. So if there's some specific VIP that somebody's looking to spend some more intimate time with, either with a meal or with a voice acting panel class or some other special engagement that they'll be participating in, those events will be going up for sale here very soon. They'll be going up for sale, first of all, to our sponsor and above guests, I believe. The ones that have higher tier tickets will have the first crack at the ticket sales. There'll be a limited number of seats for a lot of these events, so kind of first come, first serve. But then as far as we have seats available, we will open them up to general attendee group to purchase as well. We're making sure that our events are actually going to be worth the money that we're charging for them, and not some cheap meal, not some weird event piece that's not well put together. So we're looking at a real good event on all of these fronts, and making sure that it's worth the cost. Because some of these we feel are worth the cost and should be very well attended. So.
Thornwing, can I just ask you to make a note about the no recording signs, make a Project Dash task for me, or ping me on Skype about it so I don't forget about that. And also, can you potentially touch base with Vincent for Royal Guard and ask if he can have a couple of staffers planned to be in those rooms so that we can enforce those for those panels? Is that something you can do? Or at least write it down and don't forget about it?
Yeah, sure. We'll do something like that.
All right,
we'll make a dash task. Also kind of following on that, we do have most of our staff in place for guest relations. So I'm actually quite thrilled that we've had a decent enough response this year that I'm not freaking out about it. Hopefully everybody actually shows up and doesn't quit last minute, but that's also a possibility. Even so, we are still looking for potential additional liaisons. Maybe one more green room person. Green room is actually pretty well staffed. Driving is pretty much taken care of. We might need to use an alternate or somebody if anyone's available for that. The one big thing I do have concerns about right now is our autograph room staff. We do have a good lead and a good second for that room, but no other additional staff currently signed up. I'm assuming that Royal Guard will be available for line management control in there. It's been a request for a while, so I'm assuming that that's still in place. I'll need to check with Tiggs on that. And just anybody else that might be able to staff and manage the autograph room, sales desk potentially, and or just manning the tables or helping with supplies and getting people where they need to go in that area. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good on staff.
Great.
The rest of everything else is going well. We're looking at some good food and stuff for the green rooms. Any other questions? I believe we're looking good on. So training's going well. Everything's prepped and ready for schedules coming up. Guests are really looking forward to this. We've got some really excited responses from some of the panels we're putting together. They're looking forward to this, and it should be really fun. So thank you guys for all your help. I know I've been a pain sometimes in getting things worked out, but it's very helpful to have your support, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for all your work. Yay! Does anyone have questions for GR Thornwing while he's here? Okay. Thanks very much.
Alrighty, I'm doing.
Okay, so that concludes our event, our different departments. That's the word I'm looking for. I've gotten lots of sleep lately. So I'd like to just ask, did anyone think of anything that they need to talk about or make sure that something happens or questions, anything? Yes.
Just one, I really thought the staff break room last year went exquisitely.
Great.
And I didn't hear anything about having another one. Hopefully there is one.
There will be
It's just-
one.
it's just one. Thank you.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yay. Yeah, we've got, that's hospitality and got it working. Do you wanna talk about that at all? I mean,
There will be snacks. There's not gonna be like a whole lot of meals, same stuff as last year pretty much. We're not here to feed you for the whole weekend unless you can survive on snacks and then maybe, but yeah, just come prepared to buy your meals if you need something quick during the day. Hospital Lounge is gonna be open from like 8 to midnight, I think. Don't quote me on that. But probably, so.
Is there a refrigerator gonna be in the room so we can bring our food?
No, probably just a mini fridge because that's what the hotel provides. It's in a hotel room, so, they can't really accommodate much more than a mini fridge, and that's gonna be used for our fruits and veggies.
So we could probably bring our little cooler and you guys can watch it.
Yeah, if you bring your own food, yeah.
Do we have a plan for coffee?
Always
Always be doing a big party.
Yeah, we do a Easter thing, yes.
Will there be a current?
Huh?
Will there be a current individual thing too?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Should be.
Thank you.
any other questions? Yeah, okay. So I'd like to maybe break out, and if you guys want to, obviously talk to the people you need to talk to. I heard a lot of, okay, I'll talk to you after the meeting kind of thing. Go ahead and do that. Unless anyone, does anyone think that we'll probably need to get back together and do more announcements after the breakout, or you guys, you think are pretty good to just do individual talking and then we'll reconvene at the end of April? So, yeah.
Maybe we might have some
Staff t-shirts, good question. In an ideal world, I would have them by the next staff meeting. I don't know if that will happen. But yeah, hopefully yes. But for sure, you'll be able to pick them up at con. So, yes.
Well, we may not have any, about anything we need to announce after the meeting. Something might come up anyway.
Sure.
So I think we should reconvene anyway in like half an hour.
Just for 10 minutes to make sure everything's covered.
Okay. So we'll do a 30-minute breakout. If you need to leave, feel free to go. And if something comes up and you need to go, tell someone else so that we can talk about it afterwards.
And
But,
if something comes up that needs to be announced to everyone, we'll use the other channels and it'll be mentioned at the next meeting.
Right.
Okay.
Really
Reconvene at 4
appreciate,
o'clock.
yeah, appreciate everyone coming out. So yeah, we got reconvene at 4.
You're right.
Yes.
Okay.
If you need, wait, one more thing. Sorry. Sorry, I have flyers still. So if you want to go flyering, as in drive around and drop these off in businesses for us, that would be awesome. We have a map of places you can go. Or if you have a local shop or something you go to and want to take the flyers, they're here. So go get them. And I have parking validations. I just wanted to do a quick shout out, so if anyone who's hanging around who wants to talk can do so. Did anything come up in side panels that people wanted to talk about? Here. Nope.
The polls are doing fine.
Yay! Polls are fine. That's good.
First officially adventurous definition of fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been using that one since like
Yeah,
August.
Erotic and emotional.
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of good feedback, but nothing really announce worthy necessarily. But
It's scary, I don't feel any crises in the wings.
and actually, I did think of something that's cool that I wanted to tell you guys about. So I unfortunately don't have a design to show, but at the moment, but Honolulu, the artist who's done all of our guest art so far, is doing a t-shirt design for us to sell, with like collaborating with We Love Fine. So We Love Fine is going to be contacting Hasbro to try to get approval for this design, which features the main 6 and our name and logo and stuff like that.
So we can actually do it officially instead of like year 1.
Yeah. Yes. I think year 1 was through We Love Fine as well, if I'm
Yes, it was.
wrong.
But it was through We Love Fine, but it got yanked like 4 months before convention because of issues.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna try and do it the right way. There is always a possibility that we may run into like problems with legal stuff, so please don't like tell people it's definitely happening. This is something we really want to happen and we think is gonna be okay. But just in case, don't tell people it's happening for sure. But yay, hopefully shirts with main 6 on it forever free this year. That would be really cool. So that's in the works. And yeah, so I did forget to bring that up. Yeah. And did anyone think of anything they wanted to share? If not, we actually wanted to do sort of a hotel tour walkthrough type thing. For those of you who are interested in that, in seeing the con space and hearing, just you kind of tag along and we'll just be like, this is here, this is there. Yeah. Yeah, Tails went to talk to Hotel about it. See if they'll do a quick walkthrough. We may not be able to get an official one done, like they may not be able to unlock rooms for us, for example, but we can still walk through the hallways and just kind of talk about where things are gonna be. So if you guys are interested in that, hang around a little longer and we'll go do that. And if not, have a great Saturday.
Good
Keep
meeting.
working. Thank you. Thank you all for your hard work. Okay.
So the
And
next meeting is April 20th at 2?
30th, I think. It's a Saturday at the end of April.
April 20th is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the 30th.
Okay. Well, I need a 0.
Yeah, and that one, the April 30th meeting will be our last, like, all who's meeting before, the meeting, like, Thursday of the week of con. So the next meeting's pretty important. Try to be there. And like I said, if you know anyone who's interested in helping out with info desk, like, talk to me. I would like to know, so I can even reach out maybe, or if you're thinking of a staffer who is maybe thinking, I don't know. If you know anyone who can help with that, let me know. That would be great. Otherwise, I think we're good to go. So thank you guys.
I'm going to be sending you an email. We need to figure what we're Thursday.